Okay, here's another quick tutorial, and this one is about working with cells in Excel. Probably the most basic thing that you do. And there's just a few things I want to cover here. The first is selecting a cell. You can select a particular cell in Excel by just clicking on it. I'm going to click on C3. Oops, C3. There we go. So that's in column C and row 3. And if I click on D3, that selects that one. Now, once you've selected a cell, you can actually just start typing, and it will start typing what you want into that cell. So I'm going to just type hi. Now, to enter that into the cell, I can either hit the Enter key or the Tab key. So I'm going to hit the Enter key, and that enters that value into that cell. I'm going to select that cell again, and I want to delete what I just put in there. So to delete, I can hit the Delete key on my keyboard, and that will get rid of it. If while you're typing into your cell, you decide for some reason that you messed up, or this wasn't the cell you wanted to enter into, you can sort of back yourself out of that by just hitting the Escape key. So that's what I'm going to do now. Hitting the Escape key leaves the cell selected, but kind of gets rid of what you were typing. So I hit Escape, and it does that. Also, if you had something typed into that cell and you start typing over it, it'll kind of revert back to what was in that cell. So let's type hi into this cell, hit Enter to enter it. Now if I go back and I start writing hello, but actually I want it to be hi after all. So I'm going to hit Escape, and it'll revert back to what it was. Another place that you can enter stuff into a cell, you can enter it in, right from the selected cell, or you can go up here to what's called the formula bar. I think that's what it's called. And you can enter information in there instead. And I'm just going to select another cell. I'm going to select E3, and I'm going to type hello into that one. So you can type it directly into the cell itself, or you can type it into the formula bar. And we'll get into why there's two places to enter them into in a later tutorial about formulas. But once you start writing formulas, the formula bar gives you kind of a window into what's going on behind the scenes in that cell. Now let's talk about text versus numbers. There's kind of there's a few different ways that that the stuff you put into a cell can be interpreted, but two of the main ways are as text or as numbers. And one quick way to see if Excel thinks you've got text in there or has numbers in there is if you type in some text. Now that's obviously text, and if I type in a number, 124, that's a number. And you'll see how text automatically aligns to the left of the cell. So it's like you're starting a sentence or something like that. You would normally go left to right. Numbers automatically align to the right of the cell, so that they line up as far as if you're typing 124 plus 12 plus 14. As you can see, they line up to the right, because that is how you would line them up if you're kind of doing long math. It lines up the ones with the 1 column, the tens with the 10 column, and the hundreds, etc., etc. And if you have decimals, they tend to line up to the right as well. So that's text versus numbers. There are times where you have what looks like a number in a cell, but Excel treats it as a piece of text. And I'm just going to show you something. You don't necessarily have to understand what's going on here, but if I put 1 in quotation marks, Excel is going to treat this as text, and as you'll see, it will justify it to the left, and align it to the left. So it's looking at that now as a piece of text. Also, if I just put a apostrophe in front of the 1, I think it does the same thing. All right. Yeah, and that's the kind of the basics of cells. Another thing just to know is that, and you probably seen me doing it in this tutorial, is you can certainly select cells by clicking on them, by moving your mouse over to the cell and clicking on it. But you can also, of course, navigate just using your keyboard, which I find is I like to do that better than using the mouse. It's a little easier. You don't have to take your hand off the keyboard. So that's about it. That's cells in a nutshell. And be sure to check out more tutorials at billteachesme.com. And I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thanks.